And happy wet Friday, May 22nd. I'm Paul Huckalak.
And I'm Lisa Rufianjan. This is TV7.ca News. Hey, Paul, I'm loving the new look. You gonna keep it around?
Well, I don't know. I haven't decided exactly how far I'm going to take this yet. How are you doing?
I'm great. Hey, everybody, weigh in below if you want Paul to keep the beard. I'm liking it. This week, Councillor Ray Watkins learns a valuable Zoom lesson. Our playgrounds are slowly reopening, and we have some information about the new Financial Benefit Finder tool launched this week. All that and more, but first.
So as we slowly come out of our self-isolation bubbles, we're seeing more and more local businesses reopening. But the reality of post-COVID-19 has many local businesses wondering what the future holds for their industries. Virtually all industries are seeing a significant reduction in the volume of business. We all sat by helpless as our local retailers and personal service providers were forced to shut down. Now that they're reopening, they need your support more than ever.
Now, friend of TV7.ca and residential cleaning expert Tara Penny of Clean Break told us that her business is down about 66% since reopening. Many of her clients were seniors or have underlying conditions making in-home services risky. Others have found their economic circumstances have changed since the epidemic. She did, however, tell us that she is optimistic that business is coming back, with her first week back seeing a few new clients and several other inquiries. Now, more than ever, it is important that we support our local businesses, and if you're still not comfortable having a face-to-face interaction, remember that many are offering curbside pickup and delivery options.
And as more and more people, including ourselves here at TV7, find ourselves working from home these days, the video conference app Zoom meetings is starting to become the new norm for us. Now, even St. Albert City Council is using the program to perform public hearings.
That's right, and it was during their first public hearing that Councillor Ray Watkins learned a relatively valuable lesson about Zoom etiquette. Longtime resident Rachel Vincent was speaking about a new development proposal in her neighborhood when Watkins can be heard expressing his thoughts to what he believed to be a muted microphone.
In fact, it looks like a ploy to bamboozle the public and push through an unpopular development which can only damage the quality of life of so many St. Albert residents.
Oh God, I'm gonna fucking vomit.
Excuse me? Councillor Watkins, you need to mute your mic. Council, as residents of St. Albert yourselves, please consider for a moment that this development does not respect the intent of the original.
Just a friendly reminder to all of you and all of us doing this from home. When you're on a Zoom call, assume your microphone and camera are on at all times.
Now, Crystal Lustier is here to tell us more about the new Financial Benefit Finder tool that the federal government has released this week.
I want money.
Good morning. I hope everybody's doing well. Happy Friday. We're doing a little bit of a follow-up again today on COVID benefits because that seems to be a hot topic as of late. This morning, Justin Trudeau announced that the government has released, and it is active, a COVID benefit finder. He said that there's some confusion around what benefits Canadians qualify for, and I've seen an influx of questions around which benefits clients qualify for and how they apply for those benefits. But the government has put out today a website that is covid-benefits.alpha.canada.ca. It's an online benefit checker. It's a questionnaire you go through. You answer several different questions, very basic. Are you working? Are you not working? Are you a student? Are you self-employed? And what happens is it gives you all of the results that are applicable to you and your situation. You can then go from those results. There's a hyperlink that will take you to additional information and the actual application. This will help Canadians fully understand what benefits they qualify for without so much confusion and question. The interesting thing is that there was also another benefit finder launched this week. CBC has launched a benefit finder for COVID, and it is very similar to the government site and a little bit more comprehensive. Their finder is at newsinteractives.cbc.ca/coronavirus benefits, all one word. And it's very much the same thing. It gives you a bunch of questions about whether you're working, whether you're a student, are you self-employed, do you have a family, do you receive old age pension? Very straightforward questions. You answer those questions, and then it gives you a result as to which Canadian benefits they believe that you qualify for, and then hyperlinks back to the canada.ca benefit page. This should be the first place that people are going to try to determine what benefits they qualify for, as there is a lot of extra stress put on financial advisors because there are a lot of questions, a lot of phone calls, and a lot of confusion. As always, we're here to help. Feel free to reach out if you do have any questions, but we do suggest that you take a look at the benefit finder first so that we have an idea of exactly where you're at and what we believe that you qualify for. I hope that everybody's staying well. Remember that we're all in this together. Stay home, be healthy. I'm Crystal Lucier with Preferred Tax Solutions, and this is TV7.ca.
I want money.
St. Albert City Council announced the members appointed to the city's recovery task force this week. The task force will support the administration in building a recovery plan with potential actions to help residents, community partners, and businesses recover from COVID-19 impacts in the mid to long term.
Now, this task force is made up of members from City Council, including Mayor Kathy Heron and Councillor McKay and Hanson, and members of the public. The public members of the Recovery Task Force form a cross-section of the community with relevant governance, business, nonprofit, and volunteer experience. Together, they will help build a comprehensive recovery plan for St. Albert.
And for more information about this task force, feel free to visit St. Albert City's website.
And Stephanie Cordova was busy reorganizing her storage room this week. Here she is with some tips for you on Cut the Clutter.
Today's segment is short and sweet. Nothing will motivate you more to organize a space than the frustration of having to deal with it. But why wait until you're frustrated? Realize the benefits of being organized well before the stress hormone has to tell your brain to get it together. This project took me about 2 hours from start to finish, if not less, earlier this week when I decided to tackle painting my front door. And now I'm actually wanting to hang out in my storage room. When I first put this shelf in, I was a little bit worried that maybe my holiday decorations that are under the stairs may not be able to fit through the narrow opening. So I did a test run and it all worked out perfectly. So I'll tell you the steps for this project. Pull everything out of the room, give it a bit of a vacuum, list all of the different categories with the sizes of the bins you think you will need based on the quantity of things in that category. Purchase the bins. Matching is better for a cohesive look, but not necessary. Put like items in each tote and label. In this space, I really wanted to use as much vertical space as I could to maximize the use of practical space. I had this narrow shelf on hand that I wasn't using after I did an overhaul in my main storage room. The other thing I love about this space is that everything has a home. Anything related to painting or wall repair, we'll find it in this space. Before, there were some things in the garage, some things in here, but not very well organized. So now I know where to go to get all the tools I need for painting. Principles of using vertical space and categorizing by giving everything a home with a label will lessen time searching for items, which will decrease your stress. It will also save you money from buying things that you know you have, but you just cannot find. Saving time and money. Who doesn't appreciate that? Thank you for watching and have a great weekend.
And as always, some great information from mindset emotion coach and master hypnotist Karen Armstrong for coping with COVID-19.
Hi. Today, I would like to talk to the people out there that are feeling a little bit stressed about what they should be doing right now. So ever since COVID hit, there's been a huge, I guess, motivation or push to work on self-development activities. And I know from working with a lot of my clients and just talking to people in general that it's created stress in their lives because they're seeing what everybody else is doing and feeling this pressure that they should be doing the same thing. And then looking at themselves and feeling less than because they're not. So today, what I want to do is encourage you to stop looking to the outside and stop comparing and turn inward to figure out what's right for you. Every single person is different. So what works for the person across the street or your best friend or even your partner may not be what works for you. And you have to work with where you're at today. Today may not be the time to learn how to run a marathon. Maybe you're going through a lot of emotional stress. So you really have to check in with yourself and decide what it is you really need in this moment and start moving forward. So how you do that is you can take time, set aside time in your life to turn inward. And that could be done by just simply closing your eyes, taking some really nice deep belly breaths, and then asking yourself, what do I need? And this is going to be something new to a lot of you. We are socially conditioned, or generally we're socially conditioned, to look to the outside world for answers, but really they're all inside. So just be patient. The messaging will come up. And when it does, you now have direction for what you need in your life right now. And your life will not change unless you make changes. So the next step after having that awareness of what you need is to then decide, how am I going to make this happen? Define specific action steps so that you know what you can do. And then finally, you're going to need a pattern interrupt. Humans are very habitual creatures. And generally, we wake up and we follow our autopilot day in, day out. And so in order to change what you do in life, you have to be able to step out of your life and implement these changes and then step back in and do them. So you can use something like a time blocking system that lists your day from morning till night. Block out the time that is already committed to work, appointments. Make sure you have an appropriate amount of sleep. Sleep is everything. And then with the time you have left, start putting those action steps in there. Invest your time in activities that will enhance your health and your happiness. And if you do that on a consistent basis, your life will improve in every way. Your energy will increase because your emotions will be better. Your relationships will get better. You'll be able to, do more activities and enjoy your life that you have today.
And bring on yet some more great news. The city this week has reopened some of our local play structures and outdoor fitness equipment. The Alberta government's updated guidelines allowed for the reopening of the play structures at Lions Park and Rotary Park on Wednesday.
Now, an additional 37 playgrounds should be reopened by tomorrow following inspections. The rest of the city's outdoor structures should be opened on around June 6th. Now, you are reminded that the 2-meter clearance is still required. And despite the reopening of the structures, the city is currently discouraging their use as many of the amenities have not yet been sanitized. And Michelle Parker is here with some fitness tips that you can use on rainy days like today.
All right, as I prepared for our Get Fit sessions, I often look to the environment to see what's happening out there. Today's inspiration came from the rain coming down. A rainy day may feel dark and gloomy, but does it help you? When is the last time that you played in the rain? And if you can't remember that, when that was, I challenge you, the next time it's ready, head outside, go for a walk, go for a run, or simply go and jump in a rain puddle. For those who aren't familiar with our studio's motto, live, laugh, play, it's a foundation we try to embrace every day. Live our lives to its fullest, despite any roadblocks or challenges put before us. Find moments of laughter in the day, and not just because it's a great job of exercise, but because it's a great thing to have and to play. We played when we were younger, and that was like riding our bikes with our friends or jumping rope in the schoolyard, or maybe for some, it was even singing in the rain. Now, we consider much of that to be work. So let's take that work out and bring back play into our daily lives. And the next time it rains, take a moment to stand out in the rain, soak it all in. Not literally, but maybe literally. With rain comes renewed life. Enjoy it, embrace it. Now for today's moves of the week, I thought we'd play around with some squat variations. So the first one I've got for us today, we're going to come into our wide plie squat, and we're going to sink down. We're going to get nice and low as you possibly can. So if you keep your hips below your knees, we're going to go for it, and we're going to be frogs. We're going to jump up and down for a nice little explosive squat that you can do all around your room or in a stationary spot. And if you really want to have fun with it, you can do a little bit of ribbit along the way. Now to take this up a notch for anybody getting that low is not quite right for you, we've also got our jump squat, or just coming a little bit off the ground. Now adding these plyometrics is great for bone density as well as muscular endurance and so many other amazing things. And my last variation for you today takes it up one more level. If that jumping is too much for you, we're going to take into our squat as low as it's right for your knees. Come back up to a calf raise up onto our tippy toes and bring it back down. And there you go. All right, that is your squat. So we're running right now with the squat challenge. 30 squats for 30 days in a row. Take it on if you choose. Until the next time, my name is Michelle from TV7.ca. Have a great day.
And thank you all once again, St. Albertans, for joining us. That is it for this week. Now, if you have any community events or news, of course, you'd like to share with our viewers, please send us an email at news@tv7.ca. Now, from all of us at TV7.ca, I'm Paul Huckelak. Please stay safe, be kind, have a great week.